Okay, so we're about to tackle the 6x6. I'm not going to show another 6 by 6 supercube just because the solve takes a little longer. But understand that all of these centers are pretty much the same from these guys to these to these to these, but it is more of a process when you're doing a 6x6 supercube. But what I'm going to look at is what is the equivalent pieces here to here. So just like these are the centers of a 4x4, these are probably going to be the inner centers of the 6x6. So if I wanted to get these guys in first, what I would do is I would fill these 4 in here. Now that's not usually how I do a 6x6, but I'm thinking this is there's how many center pieces? There's, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 inner center pieces. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of edge center pieces, and 1, 2, 3, 4 corner center pieces. So I'm going to say these two, or actually these two, are equivalent to these pieces over here. Then if you just go out a little bit, these pair over here is correlated with these two. Now, this and this is the same piece, but I don't think this and this is the same piece because they move independent, I believe. Yeah, so because of that, I think these are its own pieces. They don't, they're not attached to any over here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in terms of the corner pieces, I think they're going to be these guys over here, which I think is the same as these. So that's what I'm going to assume right now is what we're dealing with. So I could either fill in an entire line of pieces, which means I put this one in and this one in. That's going to be difficult. If this, then what correlates with this? Well, that's going to be over here. Okay, so that's not really going to work. So what I'm going to do is put these 4 in first. So it's the equivalent of going like, these 2 are in, and where's the other central? Here it is. And these are in. So that's what I'm going to do, but in a supercube style. So what belongs here first? Now, to get these guys in, I had to go up from the center and then put it to another layer and go down from this layer here. But if the 4x4 layer is this wedge over here, this whole thing encompasses the side of a 6x6. So my entire 6x6 side is this layer over here. Okay, so with that said, to move this, and I'm once again going to have to move this up, but I'm going to have to, let's see. I think it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to be moving it in just with the inner slices, but when I move it over here, it's the turning of the top layer as opposed to the turning of the middle layer that separates that out. So I was able to put these guys in by moving it in from the center layer and then moving this layer as I do my sliding U. I'm going to slide the U this way. So let's see if that actually works. Okay, let's see if there's anything already in. I see 2 green ones here. So green and white, so that's not it. Green and yellow, that's not it either. So what I'm looking for is a green and red. Let's see if I can find that here somewhere. This is blue and red. This is red and yellow. This is green and not red. This is red and not green. This is red and not green. Aha! So here's blue and red right here, and it happens to be opposite. So let's see how this works. So I'm going to go 2R, just like this. I'm going to slide it to the right. Now I'm going to move another middle slice and do 2L. I'm going to slide it back. Now by doing that, it moved it over to here. I'm going to move this back to here and do another 2R. Hopefully I'm not destroying something. Move this back to the left and do a 2L. Move this back, and did it work? Good, good, it did. So, haha. So now I'm going to look for green and orange, and I think I ran into a couple of those. Green and orange, green and orange. Here is a yellow and orange. Here is a green and white. Here's a green and orange right over here. So, where was it? Let me put it in front of me so I can see it. green and white, so this is the green and orange. This is the wrong one. It doesn't go up here because it belongs over here. So let's see if we can find another. Aha! Here's the green and orange here. So I think if I move this down like so, this can come up to here. So we'll go up on the right, left rather, slide it to the right. Now we got to take this out by going up on the right, slide it back to the left, down on the left, slide it back to the right, and down on the right, and move this into here. Okay, so we can see this whole green one is in. Now we're looking at red and blue. Here's a red and blue over here, and I think this will be what we need. As long as I move this side, it's not going to affect the side that I'm working on. Bang, zoom, and boy am I lucky, it fits right into here. So up on the right, slide it to the left, sliding this one out of the way. We move from here, up on the left, slide it back to the right, down on the right, slide it back to the left, down on the left. So this is getting even easier to move as I'm doing it. So good, good, good. And one more, blue and orange. Aha, it's got to be this one. Oh, and it's right above where I need it. How lucky am I? So down on the right, slide it to the left, down on the left, slide it back to the right. This, you can tell, was designed by an experienced engineer, because this was made to move. This loves to move. So you can always tell when something was designed by someone who really knows what they're doing. Okay, so this center is in, but this is just this part of it. The next part is I'm going to move these guys in, so it's the equivalent of just moving these pieces over here. And it's fairly easy on this puzzle. What I'm going to do, what I'll do here is just match these up. So these are here. And it should be similarly straightforward. Put this here as well. So it's another way of reducing the centers, I suppose. This will go here, and finally we hunt around for the equivalent piece here. And pop it in like so. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like equivalent to this piece when I move this in. Okay, so what am I going to be moving? Well, I'm going to move it in from here too. But once I move it to here, let's see, it's going to be this piece that moves. So we're going to do another slice move followed by a layer just outside, followed by a 4x4. So a 2x2 layer, and then move it in by a 4x4 layer, but using this 6x6 layer to do my sliding U. So making use of the 2x2, the 4x4, but it's the 6x6 that's going to be making that move. Now, I've got the supercube aspects to it. If I didn't, I could put any green one in here. And by being able to put any green one in here, that might cause issues with parity. But maybe this protects me from that a little bit. I do see this over here. So what I want to do is I'm going to move this down. Oops, bang, splat. Now I'm going to do a 2x2 move and move it right here. So now this is going to come up here, so let's check our theory. So it's going to be up on the right, a 2x2 cut, slide the U with a 6x6 cut to the left. Then I'm going to have to do a 4x4 cut to move this out of the way, so up on the left. So now, hopefully I didn't scramble it, use a 6x6 cut to move it back on the right. So we're going to do down on the right, and 6x6 cut to slide it to the left, and down with a 4x4 cut on the left, and then I simply move this back. Okay, so now this is in, and I can move this back like so. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Let's find the other green and white. So I do have some specificity of motion, and this happens to be right above it. So move this to here. This is going to move down to here. 2x2 cut down on the right. Slide the 6x6 cut to the left. Do a 4x4 cut down on the right to move this out of the way, rather, okay, yeah, right. 6x6 cut back to the left, up on the left, 2x2 cut, slide it back to the right, 4x4 cut to bring this back on the right, and then we slide it back. Okay, so these two are in. That's the equivalent of one of these. We're just going to keep going around the puzzle doing the same thing. So here's a whole bunch of red. Oh, no, actually, wrong one. White, red and white is over here. So I'm going to move this down. We've seen this before. Move this here. Slice it here. So it's really just a matter of finding what cut to do. 2x2 cut on the left. 6x6 slide to the right. 4x4 cut on the right. 6x6 cut slide to the left, 2x2 cut down on the left, 6x6 cut to the right, 4x4 cut to the right, down we go, and you can see we haven't taken anything out, but this one is in, and this one was not taken out, and we reposition this here. Okay, here's the other red, move this in, and same thing. 2x2 down, 6x6 slide, 4x4 down, 6x6 slide, 2x2 up, 6x6 slide, and 4x4 up. I may have to change my whole vernacular way of classifying and describing things with this. Okay, so this is it. And now we check it out here. Fairly straightforward. Down on the left, slide to the right. Now we get this guy out of the way by taking it down on the left. Right, rather, back to the left. Up on the left. Back to the right. Up on the right. And back across here. Okay, find the other blue. These are, for some reason, easier to find, easier to spot, and it's right here. This is 2 off, so I gotta put it behind here. So it's gonna be 2 on the right, 2x2 cut, slide it, 6x6 cut to the left, 2, 4x4 cut on the left, bring it down here. Now I get things back, slide this back to the right, take it back where it was, slide it back here, and take this back as well. Boom. All right, making good time here. Okay, same patterns here. I got this. I can move this to here. Well, actually I'm going to have to move it down. I've got both of them here. So this, we're going to slide to here. Up, 2x2 cut on the right, slide it to the left, 4x4 cut up here, back down to here. So you can see how we're using different circles each time. So this uses this outer circle here. Boom. And this moves back here. Okay. Whoop. Take this back here. Now we do the same thing with this guy. I guess I should be timing myself because this will represent the fastest real 6x6 double circle solve because it's the only one so far. Down, turn, and down, and turn. Okay. So with that said, with that done, we have these in, and now what we want to do is these corners. These corners can easily be placed on a puzzle like this, just with the sliding U technique. Or better yet, I could just move them in like this. That's an idea. What if I can do the equivalent of that in a... Instead of doing a sliding U technique, just move it. Well, the only problem with that is it might offset some of these others in ways that I don't understand quite yet. Okay, so now we're going to get these guys here. So what I'm going to look for is green and red corners here. Let's see if we can find it. So here's a green and red over here. So if I move this to this spot, this green and red can come up to here. So I think it's all going to be the 4x4 areas. So we're going to move it up on the right, do a 6x6 move to the left, Now we're going to have to move this out of the way, so it's going to be up on the left to get that moved here. 6x6 turn on the right, down on the right, we go back to the left, and down on the left. And then we go back, and we see where we're at, and we like it. Okay, so we're going to continue down this vein. So now we're going to do a green and orange. Oh, this has to turn back too. This looks like a green and orange over here. Is it the correct one? And I think it is. I think if I move this down here, it'll go where I want it to go. Okay, so it's going to be up, up on the left, slide to the right, up on the right, slide back to the left, down on the left, slide back to the right, and down on the right. Okay, so now these are all. So now we're going to move to the next side of our 6x6, 6x6 center, which is just placing these, which is just placing this side here. So we just kind of put them into position. And this is easy because it's not a super cube. So the way that works is it's very similar. I'm just going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to do it a little different than I started to do here. Notice I started to construct all the lines. I could try to do that, but I think it might be a little difficult from a perspective standpoint. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what I did before and just move it in like this. So I get these four over here, then I place these, then I place these. Okay, makes me wonder about the actual solve and any parodies that happen. Okay, so red, see if there's any that's already in here. Okay, this is the green and orange. So let's find the green and red. Maybe it's already here. And maybe it's not. Okay, so green and red, green and red. Right over here, here's a green and red. Is it the one that we want? If I move this to here, then yes. So I'm going to go up, slide it to the right, and then we're going to go up, slide it back to the left, and down. Now, every so often I have to leave and come back to the puzzle because of other responsibilities, but I have to remember what layers I'm dealing with. And sometimes I forget. For instance, here, where did the green go that I just put in? I don't know. But wherever it went, it didn't go here. So that leads me to believe that there is an offset in what I just did. I don't know what I just moved, but it was a 6-layer thing. I think it was probably this. Maybe I put this in by mistake. Well, let's try that again. So we're going to go up on the left, slide it to the right, and now I remember it's got to be a 2x2 slice to get this out of the way. So basically we got to go like this. That's what I did wrong. Then back down here. Put this back down. Whoop, move too many. Bring this down here. Bring this down like so, and bring this in. So now we've got that. And now we can cautiously move this back. Okay, so we're going to keep going with that. I'm just looking at these stickers here. Okay. So orange and blue, let's see, blue and orange right over here, and we're right below, above where we need to be. So down with a 2x2 move, then we do a 6x6 slide, and we do a 2x2 down on the left, 6x6 slide back to the right, 2x2 up on the right, 6x6 slide to the left, and 2x2 up. Move this in, and this is in. Come across here, we just need the blue and red. See if I can quickly find it. Yep, it's right above here too, so boy are we getting lucky here. So down, turn, and down. Turn it back, 2x2 up, back over here, and this comes back as well. Okay, so that represents the inner center. The rest, well, we're going to put in the outer centers. And what that entails is just going like boom, moving it up, bringing this down, moving another one in, moving it up, bringing this down, moving this in, moving this up, bringing this down, and then we finally do this one here, moving this up, bringing this down, and that gets these pairs in, and that's what I'm going to do with this over here. So this is one that I already put in, so let's find the other green and orange, which is right here. So to place this, I have to be aware of my layers. So to put these in, I kept using 2x2 moves with 6x6 moves. To put this in, not so much, so let's see what this happens. So a 2x2 move to bring it down. Now I'm going to do my 6x6 move to slide it over here. To move just this, it's going to have to be my 4x4 move here. So this will be 2x2 and 4x4 to move these outer edges in here. These basically edge centers here. But you can see as I move this layer down, that's now taken out of the way. We now bring this back, slide this back, bring this up, slide it back here, and now we just have to bring this side up here, like so, and then move it in. Okay, in that way we put this in without affecting these. And the rest we follow suit. So all the yellows, so orange and yellow, well, that's all the way on the other side here, so I can't move this out. So let's go ahead and move this red one in. So let's do the red and yellows, which is right over here. This guy belongs up here, so up with the 2x2 move, slide it, then we do a 4x4 move here, slide it back, 2x2 down, bring it in here, and 4x4 down, and bring it back. Engineering perfection. Okay, might as well do the other one if I can. The other red and orange. See if I can find it. Right over here. So we're just going to position this below this. So we take it up here, move it, 4x4 move up. So that's going to be this middle circle, like so. Bring this over here, move it down, bring this over here, and then move this down. And move it back. Okay, now that I've got these two in, I know that this one is now going to become more available to me. Right over here, it sure is, as is this. So we got down 2x2 on the right, slide it to the left, down 4x4 on the left, slide it to the right, up on the right, slide it to the left, and up on the left, and bring it back. Okay, that leaves this to move this guy in. We'll have to bring her down, like so. Move this entire thing here. Now this will come up to here. Up on the left, slide it to the right. Up on the right. Slide it back to the left. Down on the left. Slide it back to the right. And down on the right. Move this back. Move this in. Whoop. Move this like so. So these are in, and now we've got the blue and yellow, which is right here, and same technique. Put in position, up, turn, move this out of the way by moving this middle one, like so. Whoop. Move it back, down. This moves here, and this also moves down. And this moves back. Let's get this back here before anyone gets hurt. And now a blue and a yellow. Right here. Oh, it's right where it's saying. So move it up. Turn. Move this layer up. Turn. This layer is moved down. Turn. And this layer is moved down. Okay, so we have that aspect of it done. Okay, this is orange and green. So this can be used. Orange and blue. Okay, so this has to come over to here, and that'll free up this red. Okay. Down you go. Move it to here. Now it's not nearly as confusing as I made it seem. I'm just having a hard time identifying which pieces go with which. You know, which pieces are paired that are really the same piece. Because they don't look like edges. They don't look like centers. They just look like other pieces that have equivalences in a structure that looks different. So this is where it needs to be, and what I just took out was I took out the green and red. So I'm going to find the green and red. I'm thinking maybe it is this. This has to somehow be here. Oh, it is. Okay. Move this here. Now this green and red can move up where it needs to go. Okay. So up on the left. Slide it to the right. Up on the right. Slide it to the left. Down on the left. Slide it to the right, down on the right. Move it in, and we're good. Okay, 6 little pieces, but it's all got to be dealt with. So this is good, good, and this is good, but now I need to find the green and orange, which is here. So I need to do the red and blue to get this out. This one, red and blue. Okay. And this red needs to make it up to here. So 4x4 circle up, slide the 6th center to the right, up on the right, slide it to the left, down on the left, slide it to the right, down on the right. Okay, so that should have done a couple things. Not only put this in, but free up the last of this side, and that's going to be the almighty green and orange. Where are you? Right here. Okay, so this was gifted to me just above this. Down on the right, slide it to the left. Down on the left. Slide it back to the right. Up on the right. Slide it back to the left. Up on the left. Okay, so we finally have this next side all done. Okay, so that's the equivalent of putting these guys in, which is like doing this. This is the same kind of sliding, just easier to see. Okay, so two centers of my 6x6 centers are now done.